everybody, I'm Kimberly and I'm going to show you how to make sweet and sour pork chops with Asian vegetables. This is a super simple recipe that you're going to throw into your crock pot. You're not doing much work. The crock pot's doing the work for you. Crock pot recipes are fabulous for when you have work and don't have a lot of time to cook. You throw it in, you set it, you forget it, you have a delicious meal when you come home. Or on the weekend when you don't want to waste your time in the house doing errands and you have other things you'd rather be doing outside. Do you know what I mean? Set this in the morning, forget it, you can be eat by 8 o'clock. Got me? So simple. Anyhow, tonight I'm going to use pork chops. Now, the recipe calls for 6 boneless pork chops. I have 4 boneless ones and I have 2 bone-in. And it just happens to be what I have. But also, I think I would have done that anyway because the bone has just a little bit of flavor. So a little bit more flavor from those bones is great. But if you want to keep it nice and lean, or if that's what you have or that's what you have access to, just use the boneless. It's perfect, okay? First things first, I have a bag of frozen Asian vegetables. Now, you can use fresh ones if you like, but if we're saving time, then we're saving time, right? These are quick and easy to purchase at your store. They're already prepared for you. Or you can just buy individual vegetables and cut them up. No big deal. Now, I've had this sitting out on my counter for a little bit while I'm preparing everything else to get ready to go, just to kind of like defrost a little bit. Set their crock pot on low. Crock pots are like the best, man. They last forever, these crock pots. This is an old one. Don't worry about it. They do usually last a long time. So you might have a hand-me-down from your mom or your grandma or your aunt or your sister or something like that, just like me. So that's what's up. This is simple to use. Don't turn it on higher than low. This recipe calls for low, okay? If you put it on higher, what you're gonna do is you're gonna have really tough pork chops. So you cooked it for 8 hours, you went to all this mess and trouble, and now you have tough pork chops. That really kind of sucks, right? Don't do that. So first things first, those Asian vegetables are gonna go on the bottom. It's gonna kind of be like a bed for everything, okay? Next, I'm gonna put my bone ones in the bottom first, my pork chops, and layer in the other chops on top. Look at how gorgeous. Wash your hands. Next is the sauce. I'm not even gonna make my own sauce today. You can if you want. Make sure you check out a recipe for how to make sweet and sour sauce, but it's unnecessary. I went and got me a jar of my store brand. One jar is about 12 ounces, okay? 350 milliliters is this jar. 354 milliliters is exactly 12 ounces, so don't stress. Now, I'm gonna use a half a cup of liquid. Now, you can use water. Today I'm using tea because I have tea all the time in my pot and it's cold and it has more flavor than water. So that's what I'm going to mix it with, but you feel free to use water. That's no worry. Now I'm just going to stir this up just to thin out that sauce a little bit. That sweet and sour sauce can be really kind of gooey, really kind of thick, and that's not kind of how you want the whole consistency of everything in your crock pot, I don't think. I don't either. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to mix it up with a little bit of water. Now try using other liquids if you want to. You can use stock, you can use alcohol, red wine if you want to. You can use white wine if you want to. You can use beer. That would be fantastic, but you don't have to. Water does amazing things. And next, I'm going to throw this on. Pour it all over top that sauce. Make sure everything's nice and coated. Get everything out of your bowl. Smells good. Now, if you want to doctor this up a bit and you have special spices that you really like maybe bay leaf, you can add some mustard seeds if you like. You can add some peppercorns. Salt, I would probably hold off on the salt just because your sauce probably has quite a bit of salt. Here's a little bit here. It has lots of flavor. I don't really want to mess with it. At the very end, I might add some hot sauce or something like that, but that'll be on my own plate. Now, the only other thing you need to do is put the lid on. Set your timer for 8 hours. Okay, it's been 8 hours. It's been a long day. I've mowed the lawn and done all kinds of chores and things, and my crock pot has steadily just been heating through that pork chop and those Asian vegetables with that sweet and sour sauce, and now it's time to eat. We're starving. It's been a long, energetic day, but we had a good time, but now we're tired. We need sustenance. So here we go. We're 5 minutes out, okay? As soon as we're finished this. I'm just gonna take these snow peas. They're fresh. You can use the frozen ones if you like, but these ones are fresh. And again, I'm just gonna cut off the little tip end of it here. So see the tip end? I'm just gonna slice off that tiny little bit. It's like a millimeter. Like that's all you need to do, just because it's a little bit tougher, right? And we're gonna throw all of these in just a second. So you'll see me as soon as I'm back and I have completed my mission here with all of these little stones, okay? Okay, so these are all done. This is roughly 1 cup. So I just took a 1 cup measuring cup and just shoved them all in, okay? That's roughly a cup. Now, use an oven mitt so you don't burn yourself or something like that to open up this lid. Now, I'm just gonna put these snow peas in. Okay, I guess I don't need that right now. And I'm just gonna kind of stir it in so that it's underneath the juices. This has a lot of juice and tons of vegetables underneath. They look beautiful, right? I'm so excited about this. They're gonna be lovely. So check this out. I'm gonna let this rip for another 5 minutes. Put your timer on. 5 minutes. Those snow peas should be happy and those juices, all lovely. And we'll be ready to eat. My rice will be ready in like 1 second. And we're ready. Get your plates out. So the rice is ready, the crock pot, the snow peas are all ready. I have chopped up some green onions, or you can use chives, and I'm just going to plate. I plated with a little bit of rice. All done. This is a Thai rice. All right, next thing's next. Let's look at this gourd here. You get to see it finally, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit. Might need this. I'm just gonna stir it up a little bit, just to get things moving around a tiny tad. And I'm going to take out a nice little pork chop. There we go. It's a slippery sucker. Here's my nice little pork chop. Okay, I'm gonna grab some of these gorgeous vegetables on the bottom. Ooh, let's bring this plate over. Now these should just be all inundated with sauce, just gorgeous, right? And there you go. We're gonna move this pork chop on top just so it's prettier. I just couldn't get past it, that's all, they were on the top. Okay, so that's gorgeous. I'm gonna sprinkle with a little bit of chives. All right, cover this back up so it stays nice and warm and stuff. And we're gonna try this for you. Let me move this up. So that's that. Super easy. You set it and forgot it, right? And we're gonna try this out. Look at how moist that is. That just fell apart. I don't need a knife at all. I've got a knife out. I don't even know why, because it just like broke apart with my fork. So it's extremely moist. It's nice and tender. Has nice flavor. The vegetables, I'm sure, are fabulous as well. A little bit of broccoli, a little bit of rice, a little bit of that juice, right? I'm not mad at that. That's very Asian, and I'm very happy with that. So that's a sweet and sour pork chop. Make sure you check out a whole bunch of shows out there that you can find me. I'm Kimberly Edwards, and that's that. Crock pot cooking. It's so simple and easy, and actually you can keep it relatively healthy because you can control everything that goes into that. And you don't need a whole lot of fat or oil to do any of this stuff. You didn't have to fry any of that meat, nothing like that. All fresh veggies, it's rice, it's some sweet and sour sauce, but hey, gotta have a little something in there, right? Anyhow, I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Please check out more, all right? I'm Kimberly Edwards. Have a good night. Be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.